listening to the Rich Rage Rock Show.
Super cup.
Leather and snakeskin boots. Got a taste for dirty living, taking all his giving. There's nothing that he won't do. Motor fist, married, not so contrary, with a body like a sex machine, with the razor blade tongue and hips and thighs. She's a dazzle on computer screens. Yeah, yeah. They love to feel the burn when it's going down. Yeah, yeah. Maserati blaze while they toast the town. This ain't never gonna miss. Crash that party. Living on the edge of a guillotine. Crash that party. Hollywood Hills and a murder scene. Crash that party. It's one for the money and two for the show. Crash that party. Tear it up high 'cause we're living so low. A leopard skin suit, jacked in a Mark Gus villa. Midnight overdrive, the world is so alive. Naked in the pool with some high-grade killer. Yeah, yeah. They love to feel the burn when it's going down. Yeah, yeah. Maserati blaze while they toast the town. 'Cause a pair like this ain't never gonna miss. Gonna crash that party. Living on the edge of a guillotine. Crash that party. Crash that party. It's one for the money and two for the show. Crash that party. Tear it up high 'cause we're living so low. Just another day in the city of light, a wonderland samurai. Total disarray for society. Not caring if they live or die. Crash that party. Living on the edge of a guillotine. Crash that party. Hollywood Hills and a murder scene. Crash that party. It's one for the money and two for the show. Crash that party. Tear it up high 'cause we're living so low.
RYCH RAGE ROCK SHOw, brand new Trixter right there. Crash That Party off their latest release, Human Era. I love that freaking song. And speaking of crashing the party, right now is none other than MARK GUS SCOTT, the drummer of Trixter, crashing the RYCH RAGE ROCK SHOw. How the hell are you, man?
How you been, man? What are you up to?
Oh, man, I'm freaking great. I'm glad to have you back on the show. It's always a joy to have you on. I think
Dude,
it's...
I got to tell you something, man. Every time I talk to you, it's an absolute pleasure. I talked to some guy on the air some other day, and he talks like this. So tell me about the new record. Like, dude, you better freaking wake the fuck up because I can't even take it. I fell asleep on the air. Oh, man, talking to you, I can't tell you. It's great to hear you again, pal.
Well, it's great talking to you, man. And like I said, happy holidays to you, man. And freaking awesome. You're out in Zona right at the moment, and I think that's pretty cool.
God, I can't tell you. Dude, I thought, first off, let me just say, I've been on here many times throughout the years, but Pete, our singer, moved out here about 18 years ago. And ever since he did, he said, Gus, you got to get out here. I'm like, yeah. Gus, you got to get out here. Yeah. So about a year and a half ago, I started thinking, man, you know what, I guess it's been the past 3 winters in the New York area that really kicked my ass. Now, normally when you're a kid, it's no big deal. You go skiing and all that crap. But for some reason, maybe I'm getting old. But, man, I'll tell you what, I am done with winter.
I know that's
done.
right. Oh, my
God. And I said it 3 years ago. I said, this will be my last winter. Then the next year, this will be my last winter. And last year, I said, you know what? It's freaking it. So I got up, I started exploring, and Pete took me around. And, you know, I can't tell you how much I really love it out here. Just it's a different life. It's a different lifestyle. And I think a lot of people, particularly in metropolitan areas of America, they don't understand what the Midwest is all about. There's a different world out here, and I can't tell you how beautiful it is. And this is really America. It's really something wonderful.
Awesome, man. Well, that's great to hear. I'm glad you're happy out there. That's freaking awesome. You know, I mean, if they haven't ever lived up north, you know, I don't know how they could possibly ever understand winter, you know, because I hear people down here, they'll talk about it's 40 degrees. Oh, my God, it's so cold. They got their heat jacked up to 75. It's like, it's not freaking cold, you know? And
they don't understand what cold is, bro.
No, they don't understand. They don't know what it's like to shovel, you know, 6 feet of snow so you can, like, go to work in the morning. But
exactly.
Totally.
After you're done breaking your back, you get another few inches, another foot and a half. You're like, son of a bitch, I just took care of the driveway.
I know, right? I know. Or the roof decides that all of a sudden it's, you know, going to just all fall off of it. And it's like, wow, thanks a lot, you know? It's like, you know, I wonder if God just does that just to play a cruel trick on us, you know, or something like, hey, yeah, you think you're done, do you? Remember what you said yesterday? So you never freaking know, man. But, man, I got to tell you, Human Era, great freaking album.
I'm glad you like it, bro.
I do. You were
We've been very fortunate.
Yeah.
Fortunate. And I'll tell you what, I must say, and I'll speak on behalf of the whole band, how proud we are of what we put out. Even if everybody hated it, I would still stand here and say, you know what, we really like it. I'm sorry it wasn't very received, but the fact that everybody loves it, and, you know, I can't tell you what a great feeling it is for us to stand on stage and play the new songs, and people are singing along with them, and they're digging it, and they buy the CD, and I can't tell you how much I am truly appreciative of everyone's support with Human Era. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Classic Rock Magazine just named it like in the top 5 of AOR albums of 2015. I think that's pretty cool. You know, they've got like, you know, 1 million some odd likes, if not more, on Facebook. They're huge, you know, and so...
Man, I saw that. You know, it's funny. I think Doug Aldrich posted something about that, and we were like, oh, we didn't even know. so I appreciate the echo on that, dude. Thank you very much. I mean, it's amazing. It's amazing. You know,
really
I mean,
is.
Shit, you know, we don't do this to win awards. We do it because these are the songs you write. This is what we feel, and this is, you know, what we feel best represents what we got going on right now. And the fact that people are accepting it and find it, you know, worthy of something, I can't tell you how honored, how awesome a feeling that really is, and how appreciative I am. Thank you so much.
Right on, man. Well, it's very good. You know, I'm glad that, you know, the last time we talked, you were in the studio. You were getting ready to go in the studio, and, you know, and then, you know, you didn't know exactly how things were going to go, but it really came together well. And, you know, and I mean, I think that's awesome. But, you know, you guys kind of, I mean, really, do y'all ever have any idea how it's going to go when y'all get together, or you just kind of get together and belt it out? Tell us how that happens.
You know, I got to tell you, dude, what was weird, I guess there is somewhat of a difference between the way we used to do it 20-some-odd years ago and the way we do it today. Back in the day, we had a big budget from a record company. We spent a couple $1,000s a day on a studio, blah, blah, blah. Had a big name producer, and it cost, you know, a few $100,000 to make a record, which, quite frankly, you know, looking back, it's crazy.
Yeah.
But that's the way we did it. Now, we also went into the studio with certain tunes, and we tooled around with them, but we had a basic idea of what we were looking for. Today, it's a little different. Right off the bat, we're doing everything at Steve's home studio. And Steve's got a hell of a freaking setup down there. And we have an amazing opportunity where we get to do things at leisure. We're not on the clock. We're not paying a couple $1,000s a day to lock out a studio. If I'm screwing up one day, you know what, dude, let's bag it today. Come back in a couple days and let's hit it again. You know, it's like a much more relaxed environment. So by doing that alone, capturing a great performance, and I think that's integral to the foundation of a great record. Obviously you want great songs, and I got to tell you, that's another thing that's different. When we get back together, how many years after the payday, so to speak, I guess I probably gave you some insight when last time I talked to you. I was always concerned. I said, oh shit, are the new songs going to be any good? I can't tell you how many times I hear heroes of mine from the 80s and 90s, early 90s, that I used to love, and they come out with a new record. I'm like, oh, that doesn't sound so freaking good. So I always get worried, I'm like, oh my God. But one thing that's really weird, it happened with our last record, New Audio Machine, and it happened with this new one with Human Era. The more we did it, the better it sounded. I'm like, I hear a riff, I say, well, riff school. I don't know about the whole song. And the more we did it, I'm like, oh my God, I like it. Oh my God, it really sounds good. Holy shit. It's like, it was like a progression. The more we laid on it, the more Trixter it became, and how I couldn't believe it. It really, truly evolved. So the finished product is something that I stand firmly on, and it's not bullshit. Yeah. And again, I'll say it on behalf of the band. We're proud of what we do here, and we don't just put out a product. We do it because these are songs that we've got, and you know what? We made it the best we could. And I'm just so appreciative and so thankful that everybody it's been received well. I mean,
very good.
What kind of blessing is that 20-some-odd years later? I mean, it's amazing. It's nothing short of amazing.
Has anything changed with the way you record your drums, I mean, now as compared to back in the day? I mean, does anything change? Are you doing anything different?
Yeah, I play a lot worse. when we record, PJ and Steve look at me and say, Gus, you suck. But we're going to have to doctor that up. We'll fix it in the mix.
Yeah, right. Oh, come on now. Bullshit. I'm calling bullshit on that one. But drum-wise, let me tell you something. What we used to do, I don't know, for people that know about recording or maybe don't know about recording, we used to record on 2-inch wide tape, like, a cassette tape. It used to be 2 inches wide. You do 48-track lock-up recording on an SSL board, that's solid-state logic. I mean, I don't know people that know what I'm talking about here. $1 million equipment. Today, it's all in the size of a freaking, ghetto blaster. So, and you're using a computer screen to do everything on. Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, just the technology has so far exceeded what we used to do 20-some-odd years ago. It's exponentially different. And I'm not saying it's worse, it's just different. And, people can put out their own records now. The record companies haven't really come to grips with that sort of thing, and now, unfortunately, they're kind of failing to some degree. Right. Kind of weird, the industry's completely upside down. It's just different. I'm not going to say it's better or worse, it's just different. Yeah. And you've got to learn how to play the game today as opposed to the way it was 20-some-odd years ago.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you. Did you like it better then or like it better now? And so you said, neither one, but... it's technology changes. I guess improvements in technology is always a plus. Would you say that's true, or would you say that there's anything that maybe you miss about the old school way?
You know what I miss? There's two things. Number one, we used to record in some very big rooms, so the boomy drum sound was natural. We used to get that for a couple $1,000 a day. Wow. And also, honestly, the couches were of the highest quality in the lounge of the studio. Steve's got decent couches in his studio, but you know what? The ones that we pay for in New York for $3,000 a day, they were a little nicer.
Yeah, they're not trying to give you a folding chair now, are they? Like you have to sit in a lawn chair or some shit. Here you go, Mark. Sit in this lawn chair.
Yeah, back in the old days, I could order all the Italian food I wanted, and it was taken care of. Now I got to pay for it myself.
Well, damn it, that sucks. But
I know that aside, the drums are the same. It's all good.
That's cool, man. Right on. But I think I would like the better. Maybe even have a masseuse come by, and rub the old shoulders there. Been drumming hard there, Mark. And maybe have two of them.
I'm going to hire you as my personal management assistant. I swear to God, I need a mind like yours working for me.
Right on, man. Well, I can help you. That's not a problem. That's exactly. You do need this stuff. We got to have somebody looking out for you. Damn it. So.
You're the king. You're the king.
That's awesome, man. So, that's cool. You guys, what's the touring going to be like for this record? I know you guys played Rock and Skull up there in Illinois, and that's pretty freaking cool. And so you guys, I think, are going back. And
yeah, I tell you what, things really started off back in May. We started things off at the M3 Rock Festival in Maryland, at the Meriwether Post Pavilion.
That's right.
That
I forgot you. I forgot
crowd,
y'all.
about
Yeah.
18,000. Well, I can't tell you this. I think it was our third time there. And what a way to kick things off, man! I mean, holy crap! What a hoot! A lot of people that were anticipating came out, and it was really very special to kick it off over there. It's close to home. A lot of our hometown people from New Jersey came out. It was really special. And God, what we did this past summer, we did a lot of festivals in support of Human Era. I'm trying to think, put it all together. We did Chicago, played with Tom Key for a couple of shows, Brett Michaels. Oh, God, I can't remember everybody. I mean, our brothers in arms, Warren and Firehouse, did a lot of stuff with those guys. Oh, hell, I don't even, I can't even think. We've been so blessed, so lucky, so fortunate to be able to do this again 20-some-odd years later. And our second record on Frontiers, more recently, it's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, it's absolutely crazy. And, I'm not complaining.
Right on. Well, Frontier's great label. I mean, they love. It seems like they're just big fans of metal, and hard rock,
yes.
and the whole movement since the beginning. It seems like that if they like you, they're gonna do really well by you, and So, how happy are you with those guys? I mean, is everybody pleased with them? Is everything good there?
Let me tell you something, bro. From the first time that we met with them, they were looking at us to do something with the last CD, New Audio Machine. The people that run the show over there, I don't know if people know who they actually are. Derek Shulman's one of the top dudes, and Serafino, our president of Frontiers. These guys have a different kind of mentality. Derek Shulman's the guy who signed Bon Jovi, the guy who signed AC/DC. We're talking icons of the business.
Absolutely.
Here. So they're the guys who started Frontiers, and now Serafino is the president. These guys have a different attitude than what things used to be back in the old days with the suits from California and all that kind of baloney. Everybody wants to make a good product. That's number one. And it was like that back in the old days, too. But the manner in which they do it today, Serafino believes in the creativity of the artist. And there was never a meeting like, well, we believe that the single ought to be this, and we believe that. It wasn't like that at all. We believe together in a vision. And I think having that kind of support behind you, not a controlling entity where they allow the creativity to flow and say, you know what, you guys got something going here, be you. You be you. We're going to take it and sell the crap out of it. I mean, that was, you know what I'm saying? That was, to have that support was unheard of back in the day. It was such a rare commodity. So we're very fortunate in that regard. Very
cool, man. Awesome stuff, man. So very cool. How did everything go, out there with Steve, with Def Leppard? Obviously, he's, I guess any plans for him to come back and do that, or, that of, or is he full-time with you guys again now?
Right now, he is full-time with us, but you never know. I mean, it's a very, wacky situation. I mean, Mr. Vivian Campbell, God bless him, he has had one hell of a battle. He is battling a disease that has put many people down, and he is still walking tall.
I know, man.
Steve's there. He's got his back. You know what I mean? And that to be in that position is very... we're kids that looked up to guys.
Right
like
on.
God
I know,
bless.
man.
I mean, these are the guys that had their feet on the ground, but their head in the clouds. They were giants.
Yeah.
So, the idea that Steve's, backing him up, that's an amazing thing. That is something that is amazing. And the guys in Def Leppard, we hold in nothing but the highest regards. And if they call upon Steve to go up and cover the Giants' back, then that's what Steve's going to do, and we love him. We're going to make sure that happens for him, and that's an amazing opportunity.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And we've known these guys 20-some-odd years. Steve and Phil Collin have developed a friendship that's above and beyond, and it's something special. And the idea that he's part of that world, and I mean, God bless him.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
And who knows what's going to happen in the future? We wish Vivian well. We want to see him continue on. They are our heroes. And, if need be, then Steve will answer the call. Until then, we're gonna keep them. Goddammit, and we're gonna rock and roll.
Right on, man. Absolutely. Well, that's cool that you guys feel that way. I mean, because some people sometimes are like, oh, no, I mean, especially, they sometimes don't like that because it affects different plans that, bands have and everything. But that's really cool.
It's funny you mentioned that, dude. It's something, maybe 20-some odd years ago, that was the attitude of a lot of people. I think as you get older, you re-examine situations differently and take a different mental look as to which end is up.
Right.
We've known each other for so long. And if there's any ego and bullshit, that's already dispensed with. You know what I'm saying? This is a serious thing. And Def Leppard's a huge entity, and the idea that, Steve, has the talent to cover that sort of thing, it's amazing. God bless him. God bless. So, if your buddy calls upon you to help out, what are you going to do? Say no? Of course. You know what I'm saying?
I know, right?
And that's why we're brothers. And that's what you do. And we're not going to hold it against Steve for doing it. Hell no.
Right on, man.
We wish him luck. We wish him well. And get the hell back whenever you can.
Right on, man. Very cool. I love it. What you said about Vivian, so true. I mean, I fell in love when I heard Holy Diver, just his playing, phenomenal player. To have Steve, get up there and do what he does, very much a compliment, that's who they handpick as your guitar player. That's got to make you feel good that, like, wow, this is one of our guys going up there, filling in, helping out. I just think it's kick-ass. Your attitude about it's totally kick-ass. Kudos to you guys for that. Kudos to Steve for helping out a brother in need. And, we wish Vivian the best. I don't want to see anything bad happen to him.
Nobody does. Absolutely. You nailed it, brother. I mean, again, it's a horrible thing, the disease that he's battling like that. My God, can you imagine? Can you fucking imagine? God, it makes you like, oh my God, I know this fucking guy.
Right on.
Holy shit, that's so like, it's a weird thing, but that's what brothers do. That's what friends do to back each other up. And if Steve is called upon, then damn well he's going to go, and we're going to support him in doing so as well.
Awesome. A quick question here: how often are you guys talking with one another? Obviously,
Oh, I fucking hate those guys. I don't talk to them at all.
You heard it here first on the RYCH RAGE ROCK Show.
I'm actually on the streets of Scottsdale tonight because Pete's jamming with a cover band with a freaking country act. I don't know if you've ever heard of the Cadillac 3. He's playing with them tonight. So I came down and bought a bag of rotten tomatoes. I'm going to fucking throw them out.
Well, good for you. Throw one hard at him for all of us, and say, man, what are you doing?
That's from RYCH RAGE, you motherfucker.
Country music? How dare you? So, hey, what you can do afterwards, when it's all said and done, just say, hey, you thinking about kissing your cousin now? You did, sleeping with your sister? Yeah, I don't know, but hey, no, I know. Hey, country music, there's some cool people out there. There's some cool bands, but rock and roll, that's me. I could never.
I'm with you, brother. I'm with you, man.
I could never freaking do it. So, I could never do it. But to each their own, and that's cool. And he's helping out some friends, and it's his love. We still know he can rock. So, all cool and all love and war, but, all wonderful, but rock and roll. So what about the rest of the guys? How often is it, that you guys get together and rehearse or, go through music, go through what you're going to do, have meetings, etc.?
I gotta be honest with you, bro. This sounds crazy, but when like I said, we started back in May at the M3 Rock Festival. We rehearsed like twice prior to that, and then we hit the road, and we haven't had a rehearsal except for sound check.
Wow.
At the show. And now I'm not saying that we're so good we don't need to rehearse, but we've been doing this sort of thing for a long time. So,
yeah.
We got it, and we play at a rate of frequency at that, it kind of is like rehearsal when you're playing. So, now if we do a new song or something, we rehearse it at the sound check. Then we practice on our own. We put it together, sound check, run through it a couple times, big bang, we got it,
Yeah.
So, it's not like we have to, rewrite, the Amadeus Symphony number 12. So, you know what I'm saying? It's rock and roll, baby. It's rock and roll.
Well, that's cool.
We've been pretty fortunate, and still, no matter how much we rehearse, I still fuck it up. It doesn't matter.
Well, it's all good. Nobody. Hey, if there's alcohol being served, they're not gonna notice. Just make it look like, look cool and make it look like.
Don't give away our secrets, man.
Yeah,
take it easy, all right?
look cool, and make it look like you meant to do
right.
it. So
that's the David Lee Roth school of rock and roll. Doesn't matter how you sound. you look good when you're doing it.
Absolutely. Fuck yeah, man. That's exactly it. So it's that's why I love it, man. You do not hold nothing back. You tell it, you know, you just say it how you feel. You don't give a shit, and I love it because, you know, you're down to earth. You're freaking cool, and I love it. And, you know, I'm glad to see Trixter out there having some good time, you know, with Human Era and everything you got going on. How much, one last question about the album, how much of the album are y'all playing out there on the road?
Let's see. I guess I had to count. About 3 or 4 songs off the new one. 2 to 3. You know, it depends. If we do a headlining show, we do more. If we do an opening slot, we have less time, so we have to do less. But we do at least 2 or 3 shows. 2 or 3 songs from the new one.
Very cool. Very cool. Awesome. And then let me ask you this: any video plans in the work or anything like that, or you know?
Oh, my new porno comes out.
Sweet.
Yeah, honestly, I'm not. Who knows what the future might bring? Who knows? But I'm not quite sure. We're off until January. We got some shows coming up. Just so people know, if you want to see when Trixter's playing, best place for everything Trixter is our website, TrixterRocks.com, or the Trixter Facebook at. I say
Facebook.com. Yeah, Facebook.com/Trixter Rocks. That's it.
There you go.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You bet, man.
I knew that. I
it.
just couldn't say it after my couple of drinks here.
I got your back, bro. I got your freaking back. So, you know.
Thanks, man. And I got to tell you, the support I get on my personal page, I thank everybody for that. The Mark Gus Scott fan page.
Right
I can't tell you how honored, how appreciative I am of all the support from everybody. I thank you from the bottom of my freaking heart. Everybody, there's been a lot of love, man, and that's something really beautiful.
It's very cool. So well, obviously there's been a lot of love. You got a porno coming out, man. So I mean, you know,
that's a different kind of love, Rich. Come on.
Hey, wait, that's not love at all. Actually, let's just get it clear. That's not love at all. You know, that's a love of one thing, but no, you know. The only thing I'm wondering is if any chicks I know, you know, but.
Oh, you're terrible. I'm going to try to keep a leash on it, bro. We really get out of control with this sort of thing.
I know it's all good, man. It's all good. But ladies, keep it watching. There are like millions of chicks out there right now, like going, "Oh my God, I could be on film." But you know. Well, speaking of Van Halen, the song "Dirty Movies," you know, Mark Gus Scott porno coming out. Love that song. Dude, that's a great groove. That freaking song's just got such a cool groove. I love that fucking song.
Dude, Fair Warning's got some real dark freaking rock. It's like, no, I shouldn't say dark, but it's different. It's got some depth to it, man. It's
absolutely.
Like
Absolutely. So let me talk about your production company. You know, I want to make sure we talk about that, but what's going on, you know, so far with you guys at Global Star Productions? You know, tell me what's the latest with that.
Well, I tell you, we've got some good stuff going on, Robert. In February, we're releasing, for people that don't know, I'm actually working on a production, a movie called The Monkey King. And The Monkey King was the biggest movie out of China of all time last year. It grossed over $170 million at the box office. It was a huge, huge hit, and it was only released in Asia. My production company, Global Star Productions, I shouldn't say my production company, the production company I work with, Global Star Productions, has the rights to distribution of this movie in America, South America, India, Russia, a lot of numerous territories around the world. And we will be releasing it in our territories in the Chinese language version in February.
Very
so we're looking
badass.
forward to that. That's pretty amazing. There'll be a lot of video on demand. WizardCon, a strong presence at the Comic-Con festivals and things like that. So that's pretty amazing. And the idea is to utilize all that build-up to kick off the English language version for a big box office release, hopefully late in 2016 if we can get it done in time. So it's going to be a wild year, bro.
Good.
A wild year.
That's great, man, because I love it. You know, I haven't yet to see the movie. I'm waiting for you guys to release it here. I can get it on video on demand, or, you know, is it going to be in the theater or just a VOD?
Absolutely. No. Well, the Chinese cut will be in some select theaters, but again, that's the Chinese language version. It's in Mandarin with English subtitles, but the full-blown English version will be a big box office release and be in mass campaign as far as 2,500 plus theaters across America.
Badass, man. That's freaking great. That's awesome. So good. I knew the last time we talked about the Monkey King, and and I'd wondered what was going on with it. So to hear you talk about it, we have a target date now, February, 2016.
Yeah, that's for sure. It'll coincide with the Chinese New Year. It's the Chinese New Year release, which is the year of the monkey, by the way.
Wow.
So it works out really. Yeah. So we're nailing it, pal. We're nailing it. We'll have a strong presence in Vegas, but again, it's geared primarily towards the Asian demographic in America and worldwide. But for people that don't really know, there's basically 15% Asian population in America, and if there's 330 million people in America, you do the math. There's a lot of freaking, there's a very substantial Chinese clientele who embrace. See, the Monkey King isn't just a story; it's really a story of their culture, how it's spread. It's like Monkey King is the Superman of China. So this is something they've really been looking forward to. This is really big for them. So we'll lay the foundation with our core audience, and then we're going to bring it to the masses in America, and they're going to see that this is a beautiful story, something really wonderful, and there's a ton of ass-kicking fucking action.
Badass,
pretty amazing.
Very cool. I love it.
Yen. Yeah, Donnie Yen's the star. People have probably seen him on Netflix. He's in a lot of stuff. He's an action martial arts superstar. Academy Award nominee Chow Yun-fat is in it. He's the guy from Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, The Corruptor with Mark Wahlberg. When you see him, hey, that's that Chinese guy. That's Chow Yun-fat. He's very famous. So we got some, and with the American version, the English version is going to have a big name star. Believe me when I tell you, when you see it, you can go, holy crap. So
hell yeah.
We got a lot of work to do to get it done. But we're working, baby. We're working.
Very cool, man. Very cool. That's awesome. I like it, the year of the monkey. I mean, I guess in China, what do you say? I guess a Chinese slogan could be the year of the monkey. Spank it, baby.
Well, that I don't know.
I don't either. That's what I'm saying.
I'm putting you in charge of
well, I'll have to tell my Chinese
demographic because I think you got it locked up, brother.
Yeah, well, there you go, man. I think that's what I'll tell my Chinese friends. Hey, spank it. They'll automatically know it's the year of the monkey. So it's it's freaking awesome, man. On a serious note, that's cool. Tell us what's your holiday plans. What you got coming up here the next 3-4 weeks.
You know what? I was I'm here in Phoenix, and I've got a buddy out here named Gio also, and he's an old buddy of ours from back in Jersey when we were doing the clubs. He was one of the kids that stepped up and said, "Hey man, you need to handle something. Let me help." He was a guy who answered the call for nothing. He wanted to be part of what was going on, and he became an inner core of our family. He opened a restaurant, arguably the best fucking restaurant in Scottsdale, Arizona.
Nice.
It's called Virtue. VIRTU. It's like an artsy way of spelling virtue, honest craft. And man, he is an award-winning chef. He was battling out with Bobby Flay on TV. This guy is he's like a celebrity executive chef. And he invited me over to his home for Christmas, and I can't tell you how honored I am just to be with him after all these years. How he's got a beautiful family, and to spend time with him and to be with some good people out here. I can't tell you, it's really wonderful. So I'm looking forward to a real nice holiday, bro.
That's awesome, man. That's really totally cool. I mean, wow, Bobby Flay, a phenomenal chef. I watched Throwdown with Bobby Flay, before.
Yep, that's what he's on. Yeah, you've probably seen my buddy. You didn't even know it.
Yeah, exactly. And, so many times I've thought, I've watched different people, they should have beat him, but he never loses. It's like, what the hell? I think it's rigged, but, your friend will probably agree with that. But Bobby Flay,
I don't know. I'm going to have to ask him about that.
Yeah, it's freaking rigged, man.
I got 2 holidays. I got that with you in December. Then in January, I go back to Jersey, and I'm going to see my kids. They're all there, and we're going to have a lot of fun. And I'll tell you what, I think I'm going to take my son up in a helicopter. We're going to go all around New York.
Sweet. No, that'd be great, man. There's no place like Manhattan, man. I mean, I love the city, going in there and seeing it. I mean, just all the people, all the lights, the buildings, everything. It's freaking awesome, and love it. The whole tri-state area right there. Just it's like one big community almost in a way. And it's just...
I must say one thing. Sometimes I get pissed off at traffic and things like that. But when it comes to holidays, when it comes to Christmas in New York, man, it is special. There really is nothing like it. There really is nothing like it. And when you stand and looking at the lights and all the love that's going on, it's freaking amazing. America's got some wonderful things that we sometimes maybe take for granted. If we don't stop and take a look around at what we really have that's special, we got too much bullshit running around this country.
Absolutely.
We got to clean this shit up, capitalize on the good things that we have,
right
and clean up the act around here. And you know what? It just concerns me. Looking at some of the presidential candidates out there and some of the things that are going on out there with quote-unquote terrorism. It makes you wonder, man. And I'll tell you what, we are getting farther away from the ideals of what America was all about. We really have to watch our fucking asses and really approach this situation tactfully and with a lot of thought, because I'm getting worried, baby.
Absolutely. I know what you mean, man, and right on for saying that. I mean, it is. It is a scary world anymore. I mean, it's sad that we have to live this way. It's sad that we have so many things to worry about. I mean, watching the news anymore will just be like gut-wrenching. It'll almost disgust you to the point it's like, damn, what happened to the good times? What happened to people wanting to have fun, get freaking, pardon me for saying this. I'm not like trying to condone drugs, but get high out of their mind and just have a good time. What happened to that? And it's just like everybody's so angry, so pissed off. They want to bitch about this, complain about that. And I just want to have a freaking good time, nail a good looking chick, and call it a day,
Rich Rage for president.
Right on, man.
Come on, baby.
that's the same way I want to wake up.
I'll sponsor the campaign. I'll be your VP, bro. I'm in.
Right on, man. Right on. So, we need to get back to sex. We really do. We need to get back to Americana, rock and roll, and good times. And I'm serious, because it sucks so bad. Everybody's just so pissed off. This world's just like angry. It's like you're going to spontaneously combust people. So I think the world just needs to get laid, is what I think.
You know what? I'd call that good advice.
I think so.
It should be mandatory, like paying taxes, I swear to God.
Yeah, they should get laid at least once a day. And so
I'll say it again, Rich Rage for president.
Right on, man. Right on. Man, any shout-outs you want to...
I'm going to put that on my bass drum, dude. I'm going to put a big picture of your fucking mug. I'm going to put Rich Rage for president right on the guy for my whole next year's tour. The whole tour, I'm putting it out there, I swear to God.
Fucking A, that'll do it, man. Do it. Fucking write it on there. It'll be fucking badass. I'll support it. I'll love it. Totally awesome, man. Hey, I love having you on the show. I don't want to keep you all night because I know you got things you need to do, but I'm so honored to have you. And, man, there's a great interview. You give the whole history of Trixter. You just type in on youtube.com, RYCH RAGE ROCK SHOW. You can get, the whole history you gave the last time you were on. I love that. And it was just so badass. That's out there for everybody that wants to hear it. They can listen to it. It's available on YouTube. And, and I'm so glad to have you back. You're welcome anytime on the show. You're a cool
Rich,
cat.
The honor is mine, my friend. And I can't tell you how much I appreciate your support, your love of rock and roll. And I can't tell you, being a part of what you do is what it's all about, brother.
Right on. Well,
thank you so much.
God bless Mark Gus Scott, and God bless Trixter, and God bless your family, man, and Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to all of you. And any shout outs you want to give, man?
Oh man, you know what? I miss my family. I got 3 children back in Jersey, and I look forward to seeing them soon. My daughter Cassie, my son Brandon, and my daughter Lauren. I miss you very, very much. And I love you. Merry Christmas.
Oh, man, that's awesome right there, brother. That's radio gold right there, brother. And you know what? They love you too, man. I know exactly how you feel, man. I've got a kid. He's in Texas, He's like in college. I don't get to see him so much. His name's Sebastian. I named him after one of the greatest rock and roll singers in my mind. And, and I love that kid, man. There's no greater feeling than having children, man, and watching, the miracle of childbirth and like the way... I remember when I looked at him, I can still see it that day when he was born, and I remember that morning rushing to the hospital. He was born like at, 8:58 on a Saturday night at 2 minutes before prime time. And I was like, that's my boy right there. 2 minutes before prime time, And I remember looking at him, counting all the fingers, all the toes. I'm like, what a stud. He's pretty, And I was like, it was amazing. That was the greatest day of my life, as I'm sure you having your children, greatest day of your life.
Absolutely. But, dude, I got to tell you, that's a strong contrast to what you were saying before, where everybody ought to get laid once a day.
yeah. Well, use protection, of course. You don't have to, We do not have to breed like rabbits, you know. But, by no means, you know.
Population problem already.
Hey, notice I had one child, okay? I learned to fix that problem.
Dude, I got to take lessons from you, bro.
Right on. I'll tell you off air, man. I don't want to give it all away, but Mark Gus,
you are the king, my friend.
Oh, brother, you are the king. You freaking rock. You rule. And thank you so much for coming on. I got the whole album, Human Era. Is there anything you want to hear off of it?
I think it's track number 4, double bass drum, baby. Gus Man gets the kick in the ass. And I got to tell you, Steve plays a whip-ass fucking guitar solo on that song. It's, wow. Jesus Christ, I can't remember the name of the goddamn song.
For
I can
you.
sing the drum beats to you. For you, correct.
Absolutely.
For you. That's my favorite cut off the whole record. It's a rockin' crazy rock song. It's inspired by Van Halen, funny thing, and drums rock, and Steve gets the opportunity to really rip the shit out of that guitar. I like that track. It's smoking.
Right on, man. Well, very cool, man, and that's awesome. You know, man, again, thank you so much for coming on. We're going to crank it up. We're going to play a couple more off the album and just rock through because you're just such a kick-ass dude, and for the fans and the people listening out there that love you. And, bro, there's a lot of people that do. I've had so many people message me, oh, Rich, I'm so glad Mark is coming back on your show. The last time was so cool. He's such a badass guy. I mean, there's a lot of people out there that love you, bro. Don't you ever forget that. And you know it. And the RYCH Rage Rock Show loves you too, and so you know, man, I freaking love you. You rock, dude. And, you know,
thanks so much, Rich. You become a good friend, and I can't say how much I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for your support.
Hey, you bet. Hold on the line for me, bro. This is the RYCH Rage Rock Show. You're listening to Mark Gus Scott live on the RYCH Rage Rock Show. Closing up. Here's some brand new Trixter off Human Era. This is track 4 for you. Crank it up on the RYCH Rage Rock Show.
Testify. Every wish I had came
I would like to extend to you an invitation to the pants party.
Are you saying that there's a party in your pants and that I'm invited?
That's it.
The RYCH RAGE Rock Show, a party every Wednesday, Thursday night, 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific, ZonaRocks.com.